As for public education, well, there simply was none. I began my education under Reverend William Douglas at the schoolhouse on Tuckahoe Plantation. I continued it at the Latin School of Reverend James Morey, followed by the before-mentioned William and Mary College. These were private schools, of course. The point is that the advantages I gained from a solid education were available to me because of my family name and relative wealth. Yes, I studied hard and applied myself far more than the average student, but if there were any young Benjamin Franklins or Roger Shermans among the poor 18th century Virginians, our perfect lack of any decent public education system meant that we would never find them and that the public would never benefit from their genius short of those rare instances of luck that are, I would calculate to be at least as rare as the strikes of lightning that Dr. Franklin was so able to tame with his lightning rod. My 3 years in the Virginia legislature served as the starting point for my lifelong effort to solve the problem of public education in Virginia. I never fully succeeded. The idea behind public education is that those with means help those without gain access to education equal to their abilities, not to their family or even their local community's wealth. The argument against funding public education seems always to be what it was when I was trying to make it happen. Those who have do not wish to help those who have not. The system I proposed in 1779 was perhaps, by your standards, very modest, but it was still too far-reaching for my fellow Virginians. And my plan, what eventually became the University of Virginia, was meant to be the pinnacle of a tiered system that would systematically find those of genius, our Franklins, our Rittenhouses, who would otherwise languish in obscurity, the state likewise languishing for want of great leaders who otherwise rise from poverty only by occasional luck and circumstance. Indeed, it took me until the very last year of my life to establish only the university itself on the liberal grounds I had originally intended. I meant that this institution would be based on the illimitable freedom of the human mind. I established it to be a place where we are not afraid to follow truth wherever it may lead, nor to tolerate any error so long as reason is left free to combat it. I looked to it as a germ from which a great tree would spread itself.